Hi, it's me Lillian from I Want My Body Back, here to help you with your back, neck, shoulder and hip pain and to feel pain-free. Now, today's video is on doing a little routine that you can do to help relieve any neck ache or shoulder ache that you might experience as you go through your day. Maybe you might find you get a bit of neck stiffness in your neck and your shoulders and you just think, oh, I just don't know what to do to get rid of that. Well, this is a routine that I do and a routine that I give to my clients. Now, there are many people who I know suffer with neck ache or shoulder ache, and they either don't know what to do or they choose not to do anything about it. So that is why I'm sharing this video today. So if you know of somebody who complains about having stiffness or ache in their neck, their shoulders as well, share this video with them. And also, you can start to apply some of what I'm going to show you now. You know, obviously it depends on your condition of what's going on with your neck and shoulders, so do this with caution, okay? So the first exercise we're going to do to release the neck and shoulder from any stiffness, any ache or pain is basically to start shrugging them. So have the arms down by the sides, or if you could do this seated as well, just make sure that your arms are nice and relaxed by your side, and then simply just shrug the shoulders as much as you can towards the ears and then drop them down. Shrug them up, drop them down. Now let me just give you a quick note here. A majority of people that I see when I'm out and about tend to have their shoulders naturally up here close to their ears. Now this is because of stress tension mainly, okay? And some people don't even realize that they're holding stress tension in their shoulders. So you may find when you do the shoulder shrugs, they're quite painful or it's uncomfortable. But make sure that when you bring the shoulders back down, you allow them to drop down, okay? And then you'll start to feel them release there. So do that a few times, okay? Just shrug it up and releasing. Shrug up and release, okay? Draw the shoulders up towards the ears and drop them back down. You can do this about 8 times, okay? You'll start to feel the release of any stiffness, any ache in the shoulders as you do this exercise, okay? So after you've done that, just release them and make sure they drop straight down, okay? Next exercise is to roll the shoulders forwards and drop them right down behind your ears. So roll them forwards towards your chest, roll them up towards your ears and then back down behind your ears and round, okay? So roll them forwards, draw them up towards your ears, roll them back down. I'll show you from the side profile. So from here, up, down. So it's a round circular movement, okay? At the same time, make sure that you're keeping your head and your neck in neutral position and you're not like this, okay? When you do that, you're throwing your neck and your head out of balance. So make sure that your head and your neck sit on top of your shoulders, roll the shoulders up, back, down, and around past the ears, okay? So that helps to release the shoulders as well. Now our next exercise is what we call neck, or it's also known as head rotations as well. And this is simply just moving your nose towards your shoulder as much as you can and then bringing it center and then over to the other side. Obviously you'll find whichever side is tighter for you, you'll feel the discomfort there, okay? But just move your head and your nose as far over towards your shoulder as much as is comfortable for you. Don't force it. Just let it be easy and just moving it from one shoulder to the other. You'll feel the release in what we call the scalene muscles here. You'll feel the release there. You'll also feel the release on top of the shoulder here as well, okay? So again, do that about 8 times. The next exercise is what I call head rolls forwards, okay? So basically you're dropping your nose towards your sternum, okay? Towards your heart. So you're drawing your chin in and then tucking down your nose towards your heart and then slowly rolling your head back upwards, okay? So it's a rolling action from the neck and I'll show you from the side profile. So from here, tuck the chin in, drop the nose down and then roll inwards. You'll feel these muscles here in the back of the neck opening. Okay, you'll feel all of this opening out nicely for you, okay? Pause and then slowly roll back up. So you're tucking the chin in and then roll your head back up into neutral position. Again, make sure that your head is not protruding forward and you're trying to roll forward, because when you do, you will start to pinch these small minor muscles in here in the back of your neck. So your head and your neck must be in neutral position over your shoulders to start with. So simply just rolling forwards and then rolling back upwards, okay? And that will help release the back of your neck muscles. And you'll also feel it at the top of your shoulders as well. Do that again about 8 times, okay? And then our next one is to release what we call the scalene muscles here towards the front and the side of the neck. I tend not to demonstrate and show people to take their heads backwards unless I know it's safe enough for them to do so. So what I tend to do is slightly take my head diagonally backwards, but to the side. So I'm taking my head to the side, but slightly backwards, so that I feel a bit of a stretch and a bit of release here in these muscles. Now, these muscles, which we call the scalenes, tend to become overstrained or tight, particularly if you overstrain your head and your neck and chin forwards, it will overstretch these. Okay, or if you find that you sleep uncomfortably in a pillow, these will tend to be affected. So this is what we're stretching out here. Just slightly take your head to the side and backwards, and then you'll feel the stretch. Also dropping this arm and the shoulder downwards, so you get what I call a double stretch either side, okay? And then slowly release, and then change to the other side. Take it to the side first, and then slightly backwards, tilt your head slightly backwards, and then you feel the stretch here. Make sure that this shoulder is down in a neutral position and the arm is down by your side, and then release. So do that about 8 times in total, so 4 times each side. And then my final movement for this sequence is what we call a diagonal stretch, which I absolutely love, and which is a secret sauce of mine, which I give to my clients, especially when what we call, there's a tiny muscle which stems from the spine, the top of the spine and the neck here, down to the shoulder blade, okay, which is called the levator scapula. You don't have to remember that, but it's one of those muscles that tend to get caught up, especially if you're guilty of having your shoulders shrugged up here towards your ears, okay? Now, what I tend to do is show them a diagonal stretch. What I mean is, what we do is we drop the nose down towards the armpit, okay? When you do that, you'll feel a stretch in the back of the neck here, okay? In this position here, that's when you'll feel the stretch. And when you drop the arm down, going into that top of that shoulder blade there. All right, so that's what we call a diagonal stretch. Well, that's what I call a diagonal stretch, okay? And then you do it over to the other side. So simply turn the head and then drop the nose down towards that armpit. And then you feel the stretch here towards the shoulder, making sure the arm is down, okay? And then bringing the head back up, or you could keep the head down, roll the head and the nose towards the sternum, and then roll it over towards the opposite armpit. Feel the stretch diagonally down in the neck. Roll it towards the heart, and then roll your nose towards the opposite armpit. Feel the stretch there. Okay, I prefer the second version rather than picking my head up and then taking it over. But do what feels right for you, okay? So that is my quick, I say it's quick, neck and shoulder release sequence, okay? If you know that you suffer with achy neck or achy shoulders, or it feels stiff sometimes, particularly if you spend time sitting at a computer or desk, or you're woken up in the morning, this is great to do when you're lying in the bed, waking up first thing in the morning, and you could just do it resting your head on the pillow and just rotate and move your head around, and the weight of your head is actually rested in the pillow, so it takes away the strain from the neck and the shoulders, okay? But otherwise you could do it anyway. You could do it when you're driving, when you're standing waiting in a queue, when you're just standing doing nothing, even when you're cooking. Well, anyway, be careful when you're cooking, but you get what I mean. So put this into practice, okay, and let me know how you get on. Like I said, share this with other people you know who suffer with an achy neck and shoulder, or they find it gets stiff from time to time, and feel the massive release. I mean, my neck and shoulder feel much, much looser, and I do this all the time as well. So do it every day, put it into practice, and I will see you in the next video. If you've got any questions, text me, message me in the box wherever this video appears, or you can send me an email at info@iwantmybodyback.co.uk, and I will speak with you soon. Take care.